Into the Foxhole is my newest novel. It's fantasy, but it's also psychological, and it has it's written with a bit of a poetic prose. The story all takes place inside Jane's head. So Jane is the main character, but you never really meet Jane. Who you meet instead are all the different parts of Jane's identity. So the face of day, that's who Jane is as she presents herself to the world and to other people. The face of night, who Jane is when she's alone and by herself. The face of time, Jane's relationship with time and the timing of her life, and there's many more faces. The storyline is about how a mental health struggle infiltrates Jane's mind, and she's doing everything she can to survive it and to get to the other side of this struggle. But you watch it through the lens of Jane's faces. So all the different parts of her identity rallying together to try to save her and essentially save themselves. This story is about mental health and survival. It is about hope, forgiveness, self-love, self-worth. The messaging is very positive and hopeful, but to get to it, you have to go through a bit of darkness and some heavy themes in some of the short stories. But by the end, you are getting a story of light and love and, you know, growth. My greatest hope with this story is that it finds the people who may need it most. I think it could really help a lot of people who are struggling with mental health issues. Into the Foxhole is non-traditional in the way that I chose to write it. It doesn't have a normal beginning, middle, and end. Instead, you start at the end and then you have a guide, the fox. The fox guides you through the rest of the story. There are no chapters, there are short stories. So each chapter is a short story. So the pacing is gonna feel a little different than regular books as well. But between each short story, you meet up with the fox again. There's a nice little summary recap, kind of, you know, keep you on track. All that being said, if you choose to give this story a try, I hope that you love it and that you relate to the characters. I hope that you find hope within the messaging and that the story speaks to your heart. And if you are struggling with a mental health issue, I hope this story reminds you that you are not alone.